All right. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
Everybody doing all right today?
Yes, sir.
Good deal. Well, for some of you all, some of you know who I am. Some of you may not know who I am, but I'll introduce myself so that you know who I am. I'm Coach Baker. I coach football and track here. Been here for 3 years. I was here before in the past, but came back to Oak Ridge because I think it's a great place. And so Coach Beck asked me to come through and talk to you ladies about some things, and I hope that's okay with y'all. Y'all all right with that? Okay, good. I'm glad, because you're going to have to be. How about that plan? All right. What I want to just kind of go over some norms. First, I want to say thanks to Coach for giving me an opportunity to come through, because I think it's super important. As a student, as a student athlete, when I was in your shoes, I was one that I was always excited to hear people come and talk to us, because, where I was from, there wasn't a lot of people that were successful in doing big things. And so I was super pumped when anybody would come that I could learn from. Okay, so I want you to know that this is important to me to have this opportunity, and I'm going to try to bring you my A game. Okay? All right? So I'm not just here just messing around. All right, it's pretty serious for me, and I'm going to give you my A game. So my hope is that you guys can take something, just like when I was in your shoes. I hope that you can take something from this and use it in your life to help you be successful. Okay? All right, so what we're going to talk about team today. All right, that's what I'm going to hit you with. Let's kind of talk a little bit, about track. So if I was a person that was not a coach or knew anything about sports, okay, y'all help me out. Explain track to me. Like, how does track work? How does that work? Okay, you compete. Okay, all right.
Like-minded individuals.
Okay, track is a group of like-minded individuals. That's good. Okay, well, what about the events? Like, what's involved? Like, how does it work?
Very competitive. That's
Okay, so you have to be competitive to be involved. Like what events do you compete in though? Like, what do you, like, yeah, hurdles. Give me some others.
High jump.
High jump, that's a good one right there. Oh wait, I coached that one. Okay, that's a real good one. Somebody said something over here. Long jump. The mile sprints, 2 mile. Okay. 800. Okay. So you compete in all of those events, right? Each person competes. All right. So how do you get points? Like what's the purpose? Like, why do you, like you said, compete? Like, what's the purpose of all of it?
Like, when you place top 3, you get points, and at that point, that'll be your team, right?
Okay, say that again for me.
You get points if you're in the top 3, and those points add up together in each event, and you call them points. Okay,
so if you're in the tops, she said top 3, you get points, and that helps your team. Right, so and I'm processing here, so y'all nod your head if I'm processing this right. So you do individual events, you compete in each individual event, and in each individual event, the higher you get points, which goes to your team, which allows your team to fall where they fall. Is that right? Okay. All right. So that's a good starting point. I want y'all to kind of process all of that. So, and I'm going to say it again. So, in track, you compete in your individual thing that you do, whatever that is. Okay, and high jump is a good one, right? We agree with that. Okay, maybe I just said that. Y'all didn't agree with it. Yes?
Necessarily, I guess I wouldn't say an hour just individual events. It's something when it comes to relays, so we have to work together in relays.
Okay, that's good. Say that again for me.
I necessarily wouldn't say that we can compete individually, because some of the events are relays, so we have to work together and be situated, I guess. I don't know.
Okay, so, and I'm going to say that she said, I wouldn't necessarily say work individually because you necessarily, I'm doing it like you, right? Okay, that's good. All right, I wouldn't necessarily say individually because sometimes you have to compete together like a relay as a team. Okay, so would you agree that there's things that individually you have to work to be your best at in order for the team to be the best that they can be? Y'all agree with that? Okay, well, I'm going to tell you a story about me growing up. like I told you, where I'm from, a lot of people didn't do big things. I grew up with a single parent mother. It was myself and my younger sister in our house. And so there was a lot of things, a lot of struggles that we went through that most people don't see or that I don't even really talk about, but I just use it as my motivation, as my drive to be the best that I can be. And so we would have to go and wash our clothes at the laundromat. Okay, and I'm gonna explain that process to you of how we did that. Okay, so first off, my mom would say, "Hey, go in your room and get your dirty clothes and bring them in here in the living room." You go through all the rooms in the house, and she had my sister go get. Okay, you get the laundry detergent. You go get this. Check. And so we all get it. We bring it into one room. Okay, then we would load it into the car. All right. Then once we got to the laundromat, okay. She giving the orders like a coach, right? Okay, you take the baskets into the laundromat. You, my little sister, you go to the store next door and you get quarters because you got to have quarters for the laundromat. Okay, all right, so y'all got that. So once we do all that, we're in there. We have to separate them, darks, lights, whites. Y'all know all that? Okay, good. I'm teaching you a lesson here. You're going to have to know that, okay? Darks, lights, whites, okay? Then we put them in the separate. Okay, then once they're done, we throw them in the dryer. And once they're done in the dryer, you got to take them out. You got to do what with them? Fold them. Okay. All right. Fold them up. Okay. Then we load them back up and we take it back to the house. Okay. Once we get to the house, what you got to do then? Yeah, unload. You got to put them up. Okay. And that was a weekly thing that we did. Probably every Saturday morning. And I guess I played sports. I played 4 sports for 4 years in high school. So there was some Saturday mornings where I was dead, and I didn't want to do that. but Mama said, "Boy, you better get in there and get those clothes." Yes, ma'am. I'm on the way. Okay, and so that experience, just like I said, it was tough. For me, it was a struggle. It was hard for me, but that experience taught me teamwork. Going through those things, that's how I learned to be a great teammate. And like I said, I played 4 sports in 4 years, played college football. I've coached, several sports. This is my 20th year to coach, okay? But in all of those experiences, I've been on teams, whatever it is. Playing, coaching, I've been on teams. And, that experience growing up taught me how to be a great teammate. What are some things that y'all think I learned from that? Help me out. What do y'all think? Patience. Okay. What are some other things? Y'all better talk to me. Give me something. What did I learn? Responsibility. Okay. All right. Just like I said, there were some times where I didn't feel like doing it, but I had to do it because if I didn't do it, our team, our family, we wouldn't be successful. That makes sense? Okay, so I had to sacrifice regardless of how I felt, regardless of what I did or did not want to do. Okay, I had to make sure I did it because it was important that I did it for our team to be successful. It wasn't about me. That makes sense? Like doing all of that stuff, it wasn't about me. It was making sure that we were good as a family and on point, and I had to be the best that I could be. Like I couldn't, be slow on, okay, I gotta go get, I couldn't do all that. I had to be on point for my mom. I had to be on point for my little sister because they were dependent on me. And that's what I want you to understand. On a team, everybody has a job, and y'all explain that to me. You said, each individual person, you have to compete in your event, right? Okay, and you have to be the best that you can be at your job so that our team goes out and kick butt. Does that make sense? Like it's not acceptable just to be average. Like every time we get on that track or every time we go compete against somebody with Oak Ridge on, like they need to know, oh yeah, they about to kick our butt. We're going to shoot for second. Okay, but that confidence don't just happen. Okay. It starts by each individual person doing what they're supposed to do every day so that the team can go kick butt. And the bigger picture is, just like I said, and I know, I'm a teacher and I know I got some schooling, but this is not grammatically correct, so y'all forgive me for this. But it ain't about you. It's bigger. It's big. And the correct. It's not about you. That's the correct way. But it ain't about you. And you have to understand that as a team, when you're with a family, the family and the team is bigger than you. University of Texas, they used to have their football team. They used to have a shirt that they would wear underneath their shoulder pads, and it said "Team" and "Me," and "Team" was in big letters. Okay, and "Me" was like real small. You could hardly see it. Okay, what does that mean? Yeah, the team's bigger than you. It's about what you can do to make sure that you're doing your part so that your team can be successful. All right, and there's 3 points I want to make sure that I hit you with through all of those things that I just told you. The first deal is value all of your experiences and don't take any opportunities for granted. I'm going to say that again to you. Value all of your experiences and don't take any opportunities for granted. You know, a lot of times, just like I said, you know, we go through things and, you know, we may not feel like going in the weight room to work out. We may not feel like getting on the track and doing that workout that coach is giving us that's going to kill us, you know. And that's the natural process. It's supposed to be that way. Because in order to achieve great things, you got to go through some pain and push yourself through that pain to achieve those great things. Okay? So we have to make sure that we learn to enjoy that experience, the process. You know, find ways in there to have fun with that. Okay? Get in the weight room. Compete with your teammate. You know, if your teammate put a 45 on there, you better put a 45 and a 10. You know what I'm saying? Find ways within that to enjoy that process to get better. The second point, and we hit that pretty hard already, the team, the family is bigger than me. Okay? You have to make sure that you do the best that you can. Be the best you that you can be so that our team can be the best team that we can be. Okay? And that takes sacrifice. What are some ways you think that we can sacrifice to ensure those things? What are some things that y'all can do to sacrifice to make sure that you're the best you that you can be so that our team can be the best us? Say it again. Yeah, sacrificing time. Do some extra. Like, you know, if coach say, hey, you got this amount, well, stay after and do some more. You know, do some extra sets. Do some extra. Okay, what are some other ways? Y'all still asleep? What are some things you can sacrifice? What about the people you're around? Surrounding yourself with the right people. What about making good choices? Coach, you had one?
Nutrition.
What about nutrition? Yeah. What about, you know, making a conscious effort to do those little things the right way? And I promise you that when you make those sacrifices, you won't have regrets. You'll be glad you did it. You know, yes, it's hard at the moment. You know, yes, everybody else may not be doing it. But in order to achieve great things, you got to do great things. Okay? And we all have God-given ability. Okay? But I think when we take the focus in and focus on our craft, we get better. We add to that ability. Okay? All right, and then the third point I want to hit you with is, you know, when you do those things, it creates consistency and trust, and people depend on you. Okay? But those traits you learn will also carry over into your life. Okay, and I'm going to say that again to you. Okay, when you do all of those things that we talked about, it creates consistency and trust. Okay, and when I say consistency and trust, you think about it. Think about the routines that you have in your life. Okay, like the alarm clock goes off, I turn it off, I do this, and it's a check, right? And every one of y'all in this room, y'all do the same thing every morning, right? Yeah, okay, unless the alarm clock don't go off, right? And then now you're like, oh, now you're thrown for a loop, right? And that's how everything is in your life. When you have consistent things that happen in your life, life is smooth for you. Okay? When you build those consistent things in your life, like you'll see, like man, great things are happening. Like, and it's easy, you know. It's because it's consistent. You have consistency in your life, okay? And then it builds trust. So now, like, you have the confidence. Like, if you're at every workout, you've given everything you got to give. You've done everything the coach asked you to do. You got great nutrition, okay? You've worked hard. You've done all of those things. When you get out on that track, you have the confidence that I don't care who you are, you about to get it, right? Okay? But if you hadn't done all of those things, now you get out there, it's like fear and doubt. Like, ooh, I don't know if I'm good enough to do that. Ooh, I don't, you know, ooh, I don't know if I can. Okay, when you have consistency and you do things the right way, and you know without a shadow of a doubt in your heart that you've done everything that you can do to be the best you that you can be, it gives you confidence. And there is no doubt. Hey, I'm going to go try my butt off. I don't care who you are. You can get it. And that's the attitude that you have when you do those kind of things. Okay? And I think in your life, and I'll just give you like an example in my life, and I can tell you those things have truly helped me. Like, I'm not just saying that y'all need to do this, you know, do that. I'm not just saying that. Like, I'm telling you, like, these are things that I've lived and I've experienced in my life, and I've seen it. Like, it's a lot easier when I'm consistent. It's a lot easier when I choose to make sacrifices. Things work out great for me and my family when I've done things the right way. Okay, and know that, like, it helps me be great in my life. You know, when I focus on being the best follower of Christ, being the best son, the best husband, the best father I could be, the best teacher, the best coach. You know, and when I work at being the best that I can be in all of those areas in my life, oh man, it's awesome. But bigger than that, just like I said, it ain't about me. I know it's not correct. It ain't about me, okay? It's about me being the best that I could be, because I got people depending on me, right? And you have that with your teammates. So if you don't show up every day and do the work and do what you're supposed to do, hey, you got people depending on you. You got to do that. You got to make sure that you're on point with that. I know you guys have all heard team together, everyone achieves more. Y'all have heard that? I heard that before? Okay. Well, you have to make sure you make the sacrifices every day to do your part so the team will be great. And that's all I got for you. Go get it. Appreciate your time. Any of y'all have any questions over any of the stuff that I talked about, or anything y'all want to discuss? No, y'all are good?
I want to say thanks, and your story of the laundry.
Yeah, Coach.
It hits home because I had to do that some too as a kid, and so that brought back some memories.
Yeah, good memories. You know, and what's crazy too is, like, you know, like I said, like at the time you think like there's other people, like they have a washer and dryer at their house. You know, like we have to, you know, pull, you know, oh, like people gonna look down, you know, but those experiences, you know, every experience can be a valuable one if you let it. Just like I said, it helps build character. Like, it helped me be the you know, a better person. There's a whole lot of people that weren't blessed and fortunate enough to go through that experience, you know, because it's truly helped me. And so it's all about the perspective. You know, if poor me, you know, if I look at it like that, well, yeah, it's not good. But if I choose to see it the right way and use it as motivation, you know, the fuel that drives me, okay, and I'm going to tell you this, I didn't tell you this, I'm going to add this to it. So when I got into college, I worked a job, and I wanted to make sure that my mother and my sister didn't have to go through that. And I bought my mom and my sister a washer and a dryer. And I brought it home to them. I delivered it, okay? But, like, if I hadn't gone through that experience, I wouldn't have had that extra drive to go play football, go through off-season workouts, work an extra job just so I can put back money to get that washer and dryer. I wouldn't have been able to do that, you know? And so all that, just like you said, builds character. And it's important. It's okay to make those sacrifices, regardless of what everybody else around you is doing. It's okay to do it. It's okay to be the only one that don't party and don't do all that other stuff that everybody else is doing, because I promise you it'll benefit you in your life, and I'm a true testament of that. I don't smoke, never have. I don't drink, never have. Because I chose to make those sacrifices. Because I wanted to be focused on what was important to me. And it's allowed me to be here with y'all today. Because if I didn't do that, I wouldn't be Coach Baker. You know? All right. Thank y'all.
Thanks, sir.